Alrighty, we are live here. What a week! I need to get my YouTube TV working. Need to turn down my volume a little bit too. But man, oh man, what a week! Don't know if Chandler's going to be joining the stream. About to text him and tell him I'm live. Obviously, Georgia's in a dogfight with some cats right now in Lexington. But holy crap! What a week. Georgia State just shocked the world. They beat Vanderbilt. They were only 8-point underdogs coming into the game, but I mean, that is a Sun Belt team beating a SEC program that looked very hot out of week one. I mean, they beat Virginia Tech. That was an ACC title contender, some would say. I mean, it was a very much improved Vanderbilt team too. Like Diego Pavia is a good quarterback. This was his first loss at Vanderbilt. It was to Georgia State and Dell McGee in his first year as a head coach over there. I will not call it what its name is. It is Turner Field, from what I know it as, and how many times I've been there to Braves games, lacrosse games. It doesn't matter. Turner Field is what it is. That big Chick-fil-A cow is still sitting up there where I used to run the bases. So shout out to Georgia State, the Panthers getting it done at Turner Field tonight against Vanderbilt. Wow. Some other notes. Kentucky is alive. I don't know how they went from last week what their offensive line was to this week, but whatever they did in those 6 days is incredible because they look like the worst offensive line in about collegiate history last week, and now they're playing up to par against Georgia. So that is a hell of a week for Kentucky. UCF is really struggling on special teams against TCU. They have allowed 2 blocked field goals, a blocked extra point. Their defense does not look good. This is just a mid Big 12 team. I'm sorry. I love UCF. Like they're a fun school, and they're just not putting out the results. They kind of got hosed a little bit by the ref. Like they had one punt where the dude obviously called for a fair catch, like clear as day wave, caught it, and then he got hit, and there was no flag. Videos all over Twitter. Probably the biggest hiccup by the referees in any game today. So that's that. But Auburn's pulling away from New Mexico. You got Dampier running wild with New Mexico. Colorado's playing some Pee Wee Colorado State team. I don't want to hear that Colorado State was any good. This team is not good. Colorado, congratulations on a win. You needed it more than ever. But yeah. Ole Miss, my Rebs, they got a win against Wake Forest 40-6. Was not pretty. There was a whole lot of penalties. I do not criticize officiating a lot, but holy crap, that referee crew was an absolute disaster. Ole Miss was kind of banged up within the game. Obviously, they won 40-6, and that was like their C. Like, if you had to grade it like an A through F grade, it was a C. So that's that. But I mean, you can't play like that every week. So, like Lane Kiffin was saying, he was harping on playing clean football. That absolutely did not happen today outside of the first quarter. So, it's going to be a lot of work in the Ole Miss secondary. Their secondary really got beat today, especially Javon Kennedy. Kennedy had like 4 pass interference penalties. He got beat all the time, day and night. So, hopefully he can have a good week of practice and then get back in the lineup. I got the quad box going over here on YouTube TV. Sorry if you see me keep whipping my head around. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss anything. But yeah, I mean, what else did we have today? Jacksonville State and Eastern Michigan are in overtime. Tennessee damn near put up 100 points. They had like 68 at like halftime. Or like 58 at halftime, was bizarre. If you have to give me something positive from UCF week in and week out, RJ Harvey is the best running back in the Big 12. I don't care what you have to say. RJ Harvey is him. He comes in every week and gives you 100 plus yards and 2 touchdowns and blocks and just does not give up. He is a day 1 draft pick, if not day 2 at the worst. So keep your eye out on RJ Harvey for sure. They also got Penny Boone there. Penny Boone was a top 10 rusher at least in the nation last year at Toledo. Did his spring ball at Louisville, didn't go well. Hit the portal, had a little interest from Ole Miss and some other teams. There's some woes of some stuff, whatever. He ended up at UCF. Great fit. Gus Malzahn loves to run the ball. Him and RJ Harvey are a 1-2 force at UCF. So they're in a dogfight right now with TCU. So we're looking at that. Indiana just spanked UCLA. Indiana was a 3-point favorite. That was my lock of the day. Indiana -3. UCLA sucks. I mean, they are abysmal. That program is at rock bottom. I'm sorry that they do not deserve to be a Big 12, a Big 10 team. They only deserve to be in the Big 12. I mean, you had to put them anywhere. I'd put them in the Pac-2. That's the level of. They're not even playing enough to. They wouldn't even beat Washington State or Oregon State. They'd get whooped. So, yeah, UCLA is at rock bottom. What else happened today? UNC had a little scare with North Carolina Central today. North Carolina Central was in it until the fourth quarter, and then North Carolina, I don't know what Mac Brown said to them, but they put the pedal to the metal in the fourth quarter and they pulled away. And the final score was 45-10. Was not a 45-10 game, if you know what I mean. Duke and UConn were, tooth and nail all game. Duke won by 5 points. It was 26-21. UConn had the lead for a good amount of this game. Yes, UConn football. Shout out to Jack Mack, Barstool guy. Phenomenal content, phenomenal story. He's like the only UConn football fan I know. So shout out to him. They almost got the dub today. That's a big improvement for them. But Manny Diaz and Malik Murphy and Duke came away with the win today. Miami, Florida won big, of course, because they're really good. The U is back. They won 62-0 against Ball State. That's really all I got to say about that. We played Ball State. It's a good old cupcake matchup and how it should go. So Utah played Utah State today in the Battle of Utah. Utah won 38-21. Obviously, without Cam Rising, I didn't expect this game to go super smoothly. I did not think Utah State would put up 21, but I mean, Utah can live to fight another day. If they don't win the Big 12, something has gone really wrong because they are the clear favorite and they should, clearly win the Big 12 for how bad the play has been throughout the other teams in the conference. Iowa had a little hiccup with Troy today. Ended up being a 38-21 game. Yes, Iowa put up 38 points. Troy had some special teams answers today. Had a punt return touchdown. What else did they have? 77-yard punt return touchdown, a 63-yard touchdown pass. I mean, Troy put up explosive plays against Iowa. I mean, Iowa giving up explosive plays, that is not something you can, bet on happening weekly. I mean, that Iowa defense is a no-fly zone. It is a no-anything zone. So Gus Malzahn is pissed right now. He's telling KJ to go, and that offense was, I think they got stuck subbing, and he's yelling at the refs. But with this week ending, Ole Miss has officially took first place with the least amount of points put up against them in covers. Tennessee is out for blood with the Georgia. Yeah. Kentucky, I've said it if you've watched our YouTube videos, Kentucky was my sleeper team this year in the SEC. They have a phenomenal roster. I don't know what the hell happened in the week versus South Carolina. I don't know if they slept the whole week. I don't know if they practiced any during the week. It didn't look like it. But obviously they practiced this week. Hopefully they got a good night's sleep every day. But um, they're in the game with Georgia. There's something about Georgia going to Lexington. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. I don't know why I yawn every time I get on live too. It's a horrendous concern of mine. But yeah, all the games are pretty much wrapped up. The late game we got tonight is Fresno State Bulldogs. Mikey Keene, great quarterback. He's leading the Bulldogs against New Mexico State. So they're up 7-0. Fresno State is. Toledo. Okay, let's talk about Mississippi State. Obviously, yeah, okay, whatever. But Mississippi State looks god awful. Like, I get it. It's year one under Jeff Lebby. There's a lot of things said. Yes, it's a transfer portal era. Yes, it does not take an eternity to rebuild a roster. Billy Napier. We'll get to the game in a second. But Mississippi State does not have the resources like other schools do. And they tried their best, but they're getting boat raced by Toledo. I mean, Mississippi State was 10-point favorites. This game's at home in Starkville with the Cowbells. That's cheating. Artificial noise. But, they allow it, whatever, tradition. I'd never go to Starkville to watch a game, but they're getting boat raced by Toledo. 41-17. I mean, this is garbage time points, 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Mississippi State, they were down. How many points did they score in the fourth quarter? I'm looking right here. They scored a touchdown. They scored 7 out of their 17 points in the fourth quarter. They scored another touchdown in the third quarter. They only put up 3 points in the first half. They were getting beat 28-3 at half. By Toledo, a team that lost their star quarterback and their star running back to the portal. A team that's in the MAC conference that does not have resources to go out and get star players. This is embarrassing. This is a wake-up call for Mississippi State is kind of back where Mississippi State I don't think it should be this way. I don't think any team should be in the dump, but where people think they should be. I guess that's the best way to say it. There's no Dan Mullen at Mississippi State. There's no offensive guru. There's no Mike Leach. There's an offensive guru in Jeff Lebby, but it's like, is he really that much of an offensive guru? He struggled at Oklahoma a little bit with a damn good roster and a damn good quarterback, Gabriel. If you had to ask me, I'm not the biggest Jeff Lebby guy. So, all right, but let's talk. Oh, okay, good. Let's talk about Florida today. Florida is the worst SEC team. The worst. They play Mississippi State next week for the Battle of Boo Boo. Battle of the Bottom, I should say. So, yeah, Florida got boat raced today. They got beat by 20 plus against Marcel Reed, former Ole Miss commit, flipped A&M. A&M's backup quarterback, obviously, Connor Wigman couldn't go today. Connor Wigman has been struggling. Marcel Reed started in their bowl game last year, played his heart out, played super well. He's been in the system at A&M. Obviously, this is the first year he's been in the new coaching staff system, but he's been in the system, the football program at A&M for 3 years now. So he has a lot of practice reps under his belt, a lot of experience within College Station and around, the guys that have been at the program, and he balled out today. He played flawless. He looked like an experienced veteran quarterback. Holy crap, did Kentucky just score? Kentucky's down a point. Brock Vandagriff damn near ran over Kirby. But Billy Napier is the worst hire ever. Um, the fact is Scott Strickland is the worst athletic director in all of college football. Um, I saw a tweet today about the winning percentages of all the coaches Scott Strickland has hired compared to like another athletic director at Florida. It was like, I mean, opposite ends. I mean, it was horrendous. So if you go look at what Florida has in their schedule, I said it in the preseason. I'll say it again. It's looking like it's going to come true. Florida will end the season on a 7-game losing streak. They might beat this UCF team just because they're so bad on special teams and stuff. But I mean, it's the Florida will end their season on a 7, if not 6 game losing streak. It'll be an all-time Florida low. And they got boat race today by a backup quarterback. So, I mean, nothing went well. I mean, everybody in that team, I don't, I'm not going to say that, but there's a lot of cleaning up Florida has to do, from how their NIL, how the money flows, how the athletic director, how the AD office works, how the communication lines go from the AD office to the sports. There's a whole lot of crap that has to be cleaned up in Gainesville, Florida, because it is a freaking swamp of ass in Gainesville. That's really my 2 cents on that. And that's really all you have to say about Florida, because I don't know who would want to coach for them at this point with how toxic and, just it just looks like a clown show over there. So whoever they do hire next, if they happen to lure away Lane Kiffin, I mean, like, I don't know what pitch they gave him. I don't know who the athletic director is going to be, but if they happen to lure away like a Lane Kiffin or somebody good. Oh my God, UCF just scored. Tie ball game 34-34, UCF and TCU. Wow. Yeah, I mean, like, I have no clue. I think they should go after Alex Golesh, Rhett Lashley. I mean, like, Florida is such an unattractive job. I mean, in my opinion, I don't know who would want to clean up that mess with all the like negative recruiting they have around them. I mean, their whole freaking program has been a joke for the last what? It was a joke under Mullen because of the defense. It was a joke under McElwain because of this. It was a joke under Muschamp because of this. Now it's a whole freaking joke under Billy Napier, because it has been ever since he got hired and signed that contract. Now they owe him $26 million. And who the hell are they going to hire next? And what type of joke is it going to be next? I mean, it's just cursed at this point. So, oh geez, that was a hard ass hit. Glad to see Kobe Hudson's okay. But yeah, that's Florida. They got boat raced by A&M today. Tennessee's up 71-0 on Kent State. Good God. Nebraska beat Northern Iowa 34-3. Shout out Dylan Raiola. Please be your own person though, Dylan Raiola. I know you like have similar like looks as Patrick Mahomes with the curly hair and shit, but you don't gotta copy his own flow, man. Like, I get it. They're like cloning some attributes of people is a phenomenal thing to do. There's some phenomenal people that you want to take skills and be like them. I mean, it's called a role model. I mean, role models are very important in this world. So, but you don't have to take his whole warm up routine, celebration, all that. Like, be your own person, man. Like, it's not hard. Like, sunglasses, walk up. Like, I get it. You got recognized by Patrick Mahomes. Like, you're a freshman in college. Just be your own person, man. You got to build your own brand. You're not building your brand as if you're somebody else that already exists and has a brand. That's my 2 cents on that. Oh yeah, Quinn got hurt today again. The third season in a row Quinn Ewers had injury. He is very injury prone. He has a strained abdomen. I think that's what it is. I don't think it's a serious injury. I don't know if he'll play next week. Either way, Arch Manning had 5 touchdowns today. they have like the best backup situation in the country. So that is just fine. They played a UTSA team in Jeff Taylor, the head coach there, is phenomenal. Almost got the A&M job last year. This UTSA team is bad. They can't all be good. This one's bad. They're really struggling. What else happened today? Virginia Tech beat Old Dominion, and Virginia Tech team that lost to Vanderbilt beat Old Dominion, who almost beat South Carolina. A whole lot of almost there, but yeah. Arkansas. Arkansas was 20 plus. They were 20.5-point favorites against Trent Dilfer and UAB today. And they damn near lost in Arkansas fashion to UAB. They were my super dog today, UAB. They covered. Shout out UAB. Super dog is won in back-to-back weeks for CFH. Who else was I had two super dogs this week. I had UAB and Southern Miss. Southern Miss was my other super dog. They were like 23. I don't think that covered. I think it just missed, but they were in the game. USF pulled away late. They won 49-24. I got to go back and double check that, but 1-1 on the super dogs today. 2-1 in total. So, winning record. So that's good. That's really all you ask for in this world is to go above 500, another day above ground. You know what I mean? Missouri beat Boston College today. It was a little bit of a dogfight, but Missouri scored 21 unanswered to win the game, which is very impressive, noting that people thought their defense was going to fall from the sky. The completion for Georgia. So they held Boston College really, really, they had their number in the second half, and they ran away with it. All right, LSU, South Carolina. Holy ref show. Like I said earlier, I don't like to criticize officiating, but holy crap, if the referees wanted some time on national TV, they freaking got it in the South Carolina LSU game. So that's all I got to say. Why did Shane Beamer run the ball when he had 15 seconds on the clock, a timeout, and was on the fringe of field goal range? Throw a freaking 7-yard slant to the boundary, go out of bounds, and give your kicker a freaking cushion. Numbnut. It's not hard. Like, you ran it with Rocket Sanders. He got 0 yards. Your kicker got iced. He tried to kick it on the ice. He missed the field goal on the first try. He came back and got a second attempt, and he missed it again. 49-yarder that could have been an easy, it could have been a close to a 40-yarder if you just wanted to throw one simple out route. Like, that is coaching 101 from Madden, rookie mode. So that's all I got to say about South Carolina. They play their freaking heart out every week. I was very wrong about how bad that South Carolina team was going to be. They play their freaking heart out, and I love that from any team. So shout out to them, even though they got defeated today. Michigan looked like some hot ass today. Davis Warren, the walk-on quarterback turned scholarship quarterback. I think he beat leukemia. Big props to him for doing that. Anyway, he has 6 interceptions through 3 weeks at Michigan. This guy is not a Division I quarterback. He threw 3 today against Arkansas State. So they got benched. They have a 5-star in Jaden Davis that's just sitting there on the bench. Sherrone Moore is reluctant to play him. Why? I have no freaking idea. So, there's a lot of question marks going on at Michigan. Sherrone Moore signed his contract. Don't know if that's true or not. It's a really sticky situation. But long story short, holy crap, Michigan damn near got beat by a Butch Jones Arkansas State team. That has a really bad written all over it. So, to another game that was up north, Alabama, like we all predicted, whooped the shit out of Wisconsin. This is a Phil Longo team that Phil Longo needs to hang it up. You've had a phenomenal career as an OC. It's time to hang it up. Your days are over. Luke Fickell, You and Billy Napier are the two most fraudulent G5 merchant coaches I have ever seen. Because y'all went to the FBS and y'all ain't do crap except steal money from universities. That's all I got to say. So Wisconsin got whooped today. Tyler Van Dyke went out with a non-contact injury he sustained on a hit. I'm not like trying to be, a jackass or anything, but he got hit and it was a contact injury. Happened like moments after the hit. I mean, you can call it a non-contact injury, but contact caused the injury, literally. So, North Carolina State. Grayson McCall got injured too. CJ Bailey, freshman, he was Jeremiah Smith's quarterback at Shamadan in South Florida. He stepped in and he led them and he gave them an absolute spark. They beat Louisiana Tech 30-20. It was not freaking pretty. This NC State team is not that good. So that's that. NC State, oh boy. Yeah. Texas Tech boat raced the University of North Texas today. It was not close. Still wondering where the hell Michael Hudson is, 5-star receiver that's at Texas Tech. He did not get that many targets today, if one at all. Oklahoma State beat Tulsa handily 45-10. Oh, yeah. How did I not talk about this already? Florida State's 0-3. I called this on Chris Marler's show, 4th and Wrong. I thought they were playing Memphis last week. Didn't matter. They played Memphis this week. I said they were going to lose. They lost. This is the worst transfer portal evaluation haul by a staff in history. I mean, they got a boatload of players from the portal, and every single one of them except for Roydell Williams is an absolute misevaluation. I mean, horrendous. No other way to put it. Mike Norvell just got an extension. He cannot get fired. I mean, he can, but they would have to pony up a pretty penny. Kirby's going freaking crazy right now. Oh, good God. Yeah, Kirby's in a 1-point game with Kentucky. The Backyard Brawl. That was a crazy ass game. You told me Pitt Narduzzi led. You told me Pete Narduzzi led Pitt to a 3-0 start. I'd call you a madman. He did it. They came back for the second week in a row. They were down 21 to Cincinnati, and I don't know how much they were down to West Virginia, but they were down double digits again, and they won outright both games. They were close, but they won both games. So shout out to that Pitt team, Alabama transfer quarterback Eli Holstein leading that team to a win. It's a phenomenal game. Lots of tweets about it. What else is happening in the world? This Georgia Kentucky game is the only one with a kind of a pulse or an impact or one score game, reachable type thing left. I think UCF is over. I'm gonna flip to it to verify. Yes, UCF has pulled out the win by 1 point against TCU. Shout out to UCF. Yes. Way to pull out the win. Yes. I'm proud of you, UCF. So, wow, that was a tooth and nail win by was that Jaden Ott? No, Jaden Ott's hurt, isn't he? Oh, that was Thomas Cal. I'm watching the Cal game right now. But yeah, shout out UCF. Really ballsy win, really gutsy win. Gut check. First Big 12 road game. They went to Fort Worth and they won. So shout out to them. That's really all I got to say for today. Week 3 was awesome. I know it sucks to say this, but we're already through week 3. Like 1, 2, 3 has gone by like 1, 2, 3. So needed to slow down a little bit. The bye weeks are going to start kicking in here very soon. So, we won't see a team or two on a Saturday. You would anticipate, just by you see every team kind of in week 1, 2, and 3. So, um, yeah, that's really it. SEC conference play starts next week. College game day is going to Norman, Oklahoma for Tennessee at Oklahoma. Should be a phenomenal game. If I had to pick a winner right now, it'd be Tennessee. They just look unstoppable. Nico is a dog. I mean, that guy is just a 5-star, phenom. They beat the hell out of Kent State today, and Josh Heupel has got that program rolling. So, shout out to Tennessee. Hope it is a good game next week in Norman, and I'm excited to see week 4. Another week, another blessing with college football. We got a Thursday game, a Friday, couple of Friday games, and then we got college football Saturday, and then I think it's in mid-October. That's when midweek Maction starts and kicks in. And then we have football Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or not Monday. I think it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday for like the rest of the calendar college football year. So that's a blessing always. But if you're new here, make sure you follow me. I'm CFH. Follow me at CFB Headlines on Twitter. I'm just tweeting out college football stuff as much as I can all day, learning in the process. I'm trying to meet everybody. Trying to be, the nicest person I can be and just chase my dreams. So make sure you give me a follow at CFB Headlines on Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube at CFB Headlines on YouTube, of course. And if you got any questions, just shoot me a DM or just, throw out a tweet, throw my ad in there. I'll respond. No problem. So appreciate all of you. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace.